All right, guys, so the Unihertz Titan 2. This phone is not for everybody. Not everybody's gonna wanna buy this thing. In fact, I probably think very few people are gonna wanna buy this thing. So I'm gonna try to give you guys 5 reasons why I think you should go out and get the Unihertz Titan 2, okay? Number 1, I've got keyboard shortcuts, okay? So there's a conversation about productivity. Every time a keyboard gets brought up, the word productivity gets used, okay? It's for productivity, for emailing, all this. I don't think that's actually the case anymore. I think when the Blackberries were first coming out, yeah, that may have been the case, okay, based on all the phones we had. Nowadays, I think you can do a lot on your slab and type faster and do everything more efficiently. So I will admit to that, right? I think the productivity argument is outdated. However, the keyboard shortcuts I do think is a real thing. So I've got this Unihertz set up to do whatever I want. So if I want to get into my email, boom, right there, right? If I want to go to my notes, I click U, opens up UpNote. If I want to get into my maps, click M, it opens up Maps, right? So you can go into your settings here, shortcut keys, letter keys, and you can do long press and short press for every key on the keyboard here. And as far as productivity, first of all, I think it's cool to access stuff like that. And I do think if you want to use the word productivity, this is something, right? Because you can click it, boom. You want to set the clock? Cool. All right, I set my clock. Now let me check my calendar. Long press the C, right? And you can set it however you want it. Open up YouTube, boom. All right, right there, all good. So I've got keyboard shortcuts is definitely something that I love and that I still use all the time. And I do think that is not an outdated argument for physical keyboard productivity, okay? Number 2, it's more minimalist. If you're kind of a minimalist, I think you should get this phone. On our slabs, everything's so big. This is kind of a thing against the phone, but it's pro minimalism, right? So on this square display, the aspect ratio is kind of different. And so it's not as easy and not as appealing to go scroll and look through your feed. It doesn't look as good. It's like cut off, right? A little bit, right? Some of the stuff's cut off at the end there at the top. So it's not as easy and it's not as pleasant to look at and scroll. So what I found is it makes me scroll a little bit less, okay? So I know that technically this is something against the phone, but it's pro because I still have all of the functions. I have all of the Android things that I want to do. I have all of my apps, every single app that I want to use, but some of them on this aspect ratio, on this square screen, they're just not as easy, not as palatable to just keep doom scrolling for 2 hours. So I just end up using them less naturally, and I think that's a good thing. I think the argument is that it's a bad thing. You should be able to use all your apps, blah, blah, blah. The aspect ratio should be fine. I don't think we need to be using these apps all the time. I don't think I need to be doom scrolling all the time. And when I find myself not doom scrolling, I actually feel a little bit better overall. So to me, that is a positive. I consider this more of a minimalist phone than a lot of the slabs, the top of the line slabs that we have, okay? Number 3, the Unihertz Titan 2 is actually usable, okay? They've got modern RAM, modern ROM here, okay? So you got 12 gigs RAM and either 256 or 512 gigs of storage, okay? Now these other phones that have come out, these budget keyboard phones, you know, with 6 gigs of RAM, 8 gigs of RAM, they weren't really usable. You couldn't fly around them. You couldn't do what you needed to do. 12 gigs of RAM and 256 or 512 gigs of memory, you can actually get done what you need to get done. And this is something that is like, I'm liking more and more about the phone. It's just got a little bit more power than its predecessor, and you can go ahead and use it. You got the keyboard, you got the Android. You're not just getting it for the keyboard anymore. You can actually use this phone for everything that you need to do, okay? So I love that. Number 4, battery life. 50/50 mAh, okay? That sounds fairly small, but for this small screen, plus it's got the keyboard, this thing lasts, okay? This thing lasts over a day easily for me. I'm a power user, so I charge it about every day, a little bit less than a day and a half, right? So it lasts me a full day, and then by about noon the next day, I end up charging it, if I leave it sitting or whatever, it barely loses any battery. So the battery life on this thing is a monster. You can take it and go. It's gonna last you, okay? Number 5, It's something different, man. I know a lot of you guys this may not mean anything to you, but to me it does. It's something different. You know, when these foldables came out, it was something different, right? I like the wow factor. I like the, oh, what is that? Oh, what phone are you using? Everything's been the same. Everything's been a flat slab for so long that it's all like, you know, it's just something different. Now, this one may not matter to you guys as much. It matters to me. I love walking around with that. I love when people, oh, what is that? What kind of phone is that? It's something different. Step outside of your comfort zone. Step outside of what we've been doing for the last numbers and numbers of years and get a little something different, okay? And then number 6, a bonus reason is price. For $400, you guys, this is very reasonable. It's very accessible, right? If this was, you know, like when the iPhone Fold comes out, right? And it's going to be $2,500, right? Or the Samsung Tri-Fold, you know, $2,500, maybe $3,000 in the US. It's pretty prohibitive. It's hard to like, oh yeah, I'll try it. $400, man, you might be able to ask for this for a birthday gift, you know, just to try it, just to mess around with it. It's very accessible. It does everything you need it to do. You know, with the modern RAM, with the battery life, at $400, it's a very good value proposition. And I do think anyone who's even a little bit curious should try this phone. The Unihertz Titan 2 is like as close. We've been asking for the BlackBerry Passport. This is about as close as you're going to get right now. I'm telling you, I've been using this phone. And so far, for what it is, I absolutely love it. Okay, so there's 5 reasons plus 1 bonus reason that I think you guys should get the Unihertz Titan 2.